It's Valentine's Day Eve.
I want you to sing a romance song.
I don't know any.
Come up with any.
Is my hand shaking?
Sing a lover song. Sing a song.
I
off
think I
Lover.
have the shakes.
Sing a song off.
I
Lover.
think I'm like weirdly hungry right now.
Serenade me.
I really can't stay.
Wrong holiday.
Wrong holiday for sure. Here, I got one. Ready? I got it. You ready? Here we go. Nope, I don't have it. I was thinking of a La La Land song and it escaped me. I could sing City of Stars. Here we go. City of Stars, are you shining just for me? That's all you get. I'm not doing the rest. City of Stars.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
That's a good place to roll the intro. All right.
Oh, that was funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Valentine's Day as of dropping this. I don't know if, I think I am starving, but I am going to push through.
I was going to say, you're really going to have to get over
I
that.
don't know what's going on. It came on me like, I don't know what happened. I'm very hungry right now.
What if we just get into the episode and you'll forget about it?
I think we will. But it's Valentine's Day as of this dropping, Valentine's Day Eve. Weird that we only get Eves for Christmas.
And New Year's.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. And technically All Hallows Eve, but that's Halloween.
Yeah, kind of weird how they do that, but no. It's the 13th, and today's a very, very special day for me, especially, because I have the pleasure of seeing the new Sony film tonight, Madam Web.
So true.
It debuted with 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Better than Morbius.
And I'm not going to let that affect me. I'm going to go give this movie a chance and see what the hell's up with it. I have an out-of-theater reaction tonight, but no, it's not looking too good.
I'm not seeing it, so...
No, you wouldn't be allowed to come with me anyway.
Yeah, not because I don't want to, just because like he can't bring in a person this time.
They were like,
so.
no guests, which is never a good sign. But no, that's funny. Anyway, what happened recently? A few things in our life. Let's talk about that, and then we have some Valentine's Day stuff to get into. I hate structure. I'm kind of going to throw this away for a second. Just talk, please.
I don't remember what we said we were going to talk about.
Well, the Super Bowl, Atlanta Comic Con.
Okay, Atlanta Comic Con happened. That was super fun.
Yes.
Chris met some Cobra Kai people. I met Daredevil people. It was super fun. We did not vlog it just because, Lord have mercy, doing 2 cons back to back in a weekend is crazy. Don't recommend it at all.
Yeah, it's draining physically, mentally. I didn't vlog, obviously. You just said we didn't, but I just was like, no, I can't do it right now.
You can go to my Instagram to see my pictures with Charlie Cox and John Bernthal.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't feel right.
It was just like we were just exhausted. So it was honestly really refreshing to go to a con and not have to vlog it.
Correct. And it was about 1 million times less crowded.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like comparing it to MegaCon, like back to back, it's like, oh, this is nice.
The busiest day at Atlanta Comic Con was Saturday.
Yeah.
That was not even comparable to Thursday at MegaCon. For reference, that's the least busy day.
Yeah.
It was like so much room to walk around. MegaCon on Thursday even was like packed. Saturday at MegaCon, I don't think I'll ever experience a crowd that big at a convention.
In the future, when we go to MegaCon, like I'm almost fine with, unless we have a panel, not going on Saturdays.
It wasn't hell because it was fun, obviously, but it was like
it was like you couldn't go anywhere.
There was no cell service. It was overwhelming. I know we talked about that. I think in the recon.
Yeah.
Recap of the
con.
Recap of MegaCon. But no, it was wild. Atlanta Comic Con was delightful. We got to meet some of you guys as well. Shout out Blake again.
Oh yeah,
listener of the podcast. We saw him 2 weekends in a row. How about that?
Very true.
But we met Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand, who plays Hawk, Gianni DeCenzo, Peyton List. Peyton List had the longest line of the 3.
Shocking to me. I've said this to you, and I said this to your Cobra Kai friends that we saw at the con. I'm not super immersed into the Cobra Kai fandom. I don't know if any of the podcast listeners are. I'm not. Chris is, because he did his reaction series on YouTube, so he is very immersed into the fandom. Like, he sees the YouTube comments, etc., etc.
Yep.
Outside of, like, the few edits I made last year when I watched it for the first time, right? Last year?
Yeah, but the very beginning, so it has been over
beginning
a year.
of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I made a few edits after I watched it because I like to make edits, and then that was about it. Like, I haven't seen people talk about it on any sort of platform or anything like that. And I know from what you tell me that people don't like Sam and people really like Tori.
Yes.
I'm the opposite. I love Sam. I really, really, really hated Tori until season 5. And even then, I still don't like her all that much. But but I never really understood how much you mean people like Tori until we went to Atlanta Comic Con, and Paintless's line is so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
It was shockingly long, and I don't know. I mean, like, I would think that Hawk would be the most popular character of the ones that were there. There were 4 of them there, and I was like, man, I really thought Jacob Bertrand had the longest line, and he didn't. So
shout out to Jacob Bertrand.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite people to meet. I got to talk to him about his podcast with Sholo. I told him that I like it because I listen to it not every week, but I listen to it every once in a while, and they're great. And he seemed to really like the fact that I listened to their podcast. So
very nice people. Then, in fact, everyone we've met from Cobra Kai, I've had a pleasant experience with.
yeah, everyone's been super sweet.
Yep. But no, that was pretty much it. We went hard on Funkos. You cannot see. There's a stack right here
Chris
of
went hard on Funkos.
4, 8, 12, 16, about 17, I'd say,
Yeah.
pops. I went hard.
Yeah.
And because I really am
And I'm
trying,
proud of you.
I'm trying to make that push of getting every single Stranger Things pop. Now, I'm not including certain variants of pops, like the stupid black light thing they do, where
Yeah,
it's like
that's
LED.
dumb.
That's so dumb.
I'm proud of you for spending money. I don't think you nearly spend your money enough as you should. Not saying you need to spend it willy-nilly, but I'm saying, you deserve to spend it on something you want.
Well, thank you. I feel still
You have
bad about
buyer's
it.
remorse.
No, not necessarily. It's more like I just don't like spending a lot of money.
That's what buyer's remorse is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been an expensive month.
That's
just
fair.
to be completely honest,
fair.
with the 2 conventions in a row.
Well, it's done for now. So
Yeah, I'm back on the money saving kick, and I love it.
Sunday was the Super Bowl. We got some trailers here and there.
We
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, would you like to talk about Deadpool first, or should I talk about Wicked and get that out of the way?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I'm gonna say something about Wicked. So, okay, a little background info on me. If you don't know, I am a big musical theater girly. I grew up as a dancer. I love the arts. Always going to Broadway and off-Broadway shows with my mom. I've been going to see Wicked. I've seen Wicked maybe like 5-6 times in person, which is like a crazy amount. I've seen
God
Wicked.
bless you for that.
I love Wicked. I've seen Wicked so many times. I love the original soundtrack, the original cast. Great. I think it's such a fascinating show. So when they were adapting Wicked into movie, I was like, oh, that's exciting. Then I got a little less excited when I found out that it was a part 1, because I literally feel like, the big crescendo part where Idina Menzel is singing her song, and then it's like intermission.
Is that Gravity song?
Yes, Define Gravity.
Okay.
I feel like that's gonna be the end of the first movie, which is so dumb, so stupid.
I think it's an awful business decision.
I think
Awful business decision.
it does not need to be a part 1 at all.
Because the play I saw with the intermission was still under 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you could make a 2.5-hour movie.
Unless
what are you doing?
Unless
Actually,
part 2 is them adding something new to it, because in the trailer we do see Dorothy at the.
maybe they're trying to make like a hybrid Wizard of Oz sequel /
Who's to say? Because if you know how Wicked ends,
I don't care.
If you know how
honestly.
Wicked ends, there could be a second movie following Elphaba, but whatever. I'm not getting into that.
So maybe you're onto something, and maybe this first part is just Wicked,
yeah,
and then part 2 is like
they're adding
the
more
Wizard of
onto
Oz
it.
too.
That's what I think they're trying to do.
It's kind of
Personally.
smart.
It'll be interesting. But regardless, so I was excited at first when I found out they were making Wicked into a movie. Then the part 1 kind of had me like, that's a little bit weird. And then they casted Ariana Grande, and I don't have anything against Ariana Grande. I like her music. I think she's a really fantastic singer, and I know that she has a good Broadway background. She can sing Wicked. I've heard her sing Wicked. I've heard her sing as Elphaba and Glinda, I'm pretty sure. She has a great voice. And so it's nothing against her voice in terms of singing that bothers me. But when the trailer dropped, I wanted the trailer to sell me on the film, because I have been so hesitant from everything I've seen and heard about Wicked as somebody who really likes Wicked. I've been very hesitant. And I think I need to see a second trailer, because I'm not sold. What I saw, I think it looks good. I've seen a lot of people actually try and crap on the CGI, but a lot of the shots are practical sets. They built really expansive sets. It's just then the volume screen or the CGI screen or sky behind it, that's fake, but the sets are real. I think it looks good, and I am excited overall. But what I saw from Ariana Grande specifically in the trailer, she's not giving me Glinda like I want to see Glinda. it just looks like I'm looking at Ariana Grande. From what I've seen so far, I'm not seeing enough Glinda mannerisms. She sounds like Ariana Grande. Like, she just sounds like herself. And I think I'm worried that she went the route of, like, Glinda as just an airhead, which we know she can play an airhead well because of Cat.
I was about to say,
Victorious.
this is actually just a sequel to Victorious. And that's the reveal at the end, is that Cat...
But, like, I think of all the versions of Glinda I've seen, because I've seen so many different people play Glinda. And there's, like, a certain bubbly mannerism to her. And from what I've seen so far, Ariana Grande doesn't have that for me. And I'm worried about it. And I think also a big part of it is Ariana Grande dyed her hair and her eyebrows like that blonde for the movie, right? And after the movie, her hair and her eyebrows are still that blonde. She didn't go back to her normal hair color. So it's really weird. If she had gone back to her normal hair color, I wouldn't associate the blonde that I'm seeing as Glinda with Ariana Grande, but I am. Does that make sense? Like, she doesn't look any different to me because she looks how current Ariana Grande looks, you know? If Ariana Grande went back to her dark brown hair, I'd be like, oh, wow, you know, that's Glinda, you know, she's in her Glinda hair, but she, like, kept it afterwards. And I'm not sold on Ariana Grande as Glinda, and that's a scary thing to say because Ariana stans are scary.
Interesting. I feel like every musical artist's stands are scary, no matter
That
how
is
you
true.
chop it.
I think I need to see another trailer. I need to see more of Jonathan Bailey. Right now, he's like the main reason I'm like excited for the film.
Anthony Bridgerton?
Can't wait for him to sing "Dancing Through Life." The surface.
I want to say I actually disagree with you openly about the visual effects of the film.
That's fine.
I'm not remotely impressed with anything we've seen. Like like CGI. It's just we live in a world of oversaturation where everything is CGI, and so like what from that trailer warrants me saying it's visually stunning? Because something like Dune or something like Avatar, movies that I don't love, for the record. I think I'm gonna love Dune on rewatch though. We'll see. Stay tuned. When it comes to those though, like when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm almost in awe. Like the sandworm from Dune, that thing is sick. Avatar looks hyper real. Everything I've seen from this trailer of, you know, the visual effects, what is it called? It's Oz. That's like the city, right? Oz. Yes. It legitimately just looked like any other visual effects scene pulled from an MCU show or an MCU movie. And it has that digital gloss to it where I'm like, I mean, sure, it's if we do just live in this era of computer generated, you know, images, CGI, then, you know, it is what it is. It's par for the course with that, but it's nothing like pushing the boundaries in terms of what visual effects can do, and that's what frustrates me with things nowadays, is everything is just, oh, it's visually stunning, when in reality, it's kind of similar to everything we've been getting. What really stands out is something, even, it's funny that I'm about to mention this, Mad Max Fury Road, a movie that I genuinely do not like. Visually, it's like 99% practical, and it looks stunning, and I feel like Wicked should have gone that route. There's too much CGI.
Well, the thing is, there is a lot of practical. I can find a tweet for you right now, which I
mean,
will do.
I'm not disagreeing, but it just doesn't.
Have you seen any of like the pictures of them filming and like any of the sets? Because like the sets,
but just
are real. I see what you mean, because it's the sky behind it that is like they're CGIing the sky so that it's like a pinkish vibe.
Why?
Because it's Oz. We're in a magical world, and that leads me into my second point. I do agree. There is lots of CGI. Like the train, it's a lot of CGI because it is a magical place. But I think people see bright color and equate that to bad or mediocre like CGI. But it's just because Oz is a colorful place.
I think oftentimes in big blockbusters nowadays or streaming shows, they dumb down the practicality of things. For example, there was big outlash. That's a word, right? Outcry. I'm looking backlash. I'm doing a bunch of sorry, I'm very hungry right now. So there's a lot of backlash to Percy Jackson because people are like, it looks just like all CGI when they did make practical things.
A lot
but
of it's
I can see
practical.
where people are coming from. I'm not.
It's the volume screen that's throwing people off, I think.
Yeah, I think we've seen the volume used better some places than others. I look at the Batman and I think it's really well done there, and the Mandalorian. Sometimes though, I think they almost get lazy with it and they rely too much on it because it does dumb down the practical sets, in my opinion. It can.
These are
like
all
the
real.
Underworld.
These are all real sets that they built. That's Oz.
Okay.
That's all real.
Yeah. But then,
That's
I
all
see
real.
it. Yeah. I get it. But then I just don't know at the same time, because I think of something like the prequel trilogy where they
Like
had
that's the thing that they built. The machine that the wizard is behind. That's
it's something with like legitimately the color grading or something then that makes it look unrealistic.
that train is real.
Let me zoom in on that.
That's all real.
Yeah, but it just something about the gloss of the film legitimately makes it look fake.
They planted those
Like,
tulips.
you know what I mean? I
Deadass.
believe you, yeah, but it's just it looks fake.
Well, it's not.
So there's
the thing is,
maybe have practical effects that look genuine. That's my thing.
it looks fake because Oz is fake.
Yeah.
Oz is a fictional world.
Yeah, but
It's not. If
Like,
they made Oz and it was like dull
mm-hmm.
and looked like how outside looks, that's
Yeah.
so gross.
But even when I watch The Wizard of Oz, like, it feels like they're actually walking on a yellow brick road. And now I feel like, and I didn't watch the trailer that intently, but if they were to do it now, I even feel like the brick road would look like computer generated somehow. Because of they want to make it all shiny and
Maybe
glossy.
it's like the color grading that they're doing.
Yeah, I don't
or
understand.
something.
Because we lived in an era where there were films with huge budgets that had CGI, but everything looked real. And I will sing my praises for the Pirates trilogy to the end of time, because those movies used a lot of CGI, but they were out on the water, real ships, and never once was I like, oh, they're not on the water. It looked real. And I don't understand why we've gotten away from that with blockbusters. Even the MCU, which I love, like so many times it's just a copy-paste visual effects-wise. Have something stand out like the Pirates trilogy, even National Treasure.
You're
Big
listing
budget.
all of these things though that don't involve sets that are extremely colorful. Like I really genuinely think either rewatch the trailer or when we watch the movie, try to separate something being colorful and vibrant from being mediocre CGI, because they can be equated very easily.
Okay.
Like especially if you're looking at the MCU and you're used to the MCU, like, and MCU shows like the colorful CGI, like the CGI is blatant and mediocre and doesn't look good like it does in National Treasure or Pirates or whatever, but that's because like the vibes of Pirates and National Treasure are a little bit darker, you know what I mean? Oz is just this big and colorful and insane thing, and a lot of it is extremely practical, but it's just very, very vibrant. So that's why it feels fake, because that's what Oz is supposed to feel like.
Okay.
Like it's all supposed to be like, whoa, you know
Fantasy,
what I mean?
yeah. Maybe. Yeah, fair. That being said, I wasn't sold with the trailer. I also don't love Wicked at all. So
I love Wicked. I think I need to see more from Ariana Grande. I'm hoping I can get more Glinda mannerisms out of her. I'm just not sold on her. Everything else I'm chill with, but I'm unfortunately not sold on her.
I'm pretty anti the current marketing movement of not marketing things as musicals.
Even in the Wicked trailer, like you can hear the singing in the background, but you don't see any of them sing.
Correct.
It's also really hard to translate something that's a Broadway show into a movie. We saw it happen with Mean Girls. Like the way that you belt out on Broadway is very difficult to translate to a movie screen.
Yeah.
And Wicked has some of the most insane belts like ever. So, seeing that translated to the screen will be interesting for sure.
We didn't just get that trailer though. The one that broke the internet is Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3.
And I firmly believe this will be a movie that is, at least for a month, universally loved by people. I just don't know how
long until people turn on it?
Yeah, someone was like August 1st. I was like, that's too
saw that.
That's too soon. I would say people turn on this movie in
September.
Like October-ish, yeah. Like when the fall rolls around. Oh, wait, it wasn't that good. Because look, what this teaser did, it was a teaser, by the way, is it showed us a glimpse at what we're going to... It just literally teased, as the name would insinuate. It's the definition of a teaser, and people are out here like, we didn't get enough. It teased us. Gave us a little, it dangled the keys in front of our face. Here's what you're going to get, guys, but you got to wait. We didn't get a full body shot of Wolverine, which is fine because we've seen that a million times already leaked.
We only saw the footage from the first 30 minutes. Of the film.
100%, 30 to 40 minutes, what people are saying.
Which is how trailers should
be. Yeah, it set up the premise of the film, which we kind of talked about, the TVA being involved, 100%. It's going to... Deadpool's basically going to be facing the ramifications of his actions at the end of Deadpool 2, where he's using Cable's little time turner thing to go save people, to blow the brains out of Ryan Reynolds when he reads the script of Green Lantern.
Do you think
all this
that's
insane
just
shit.
A happy accident for the MCU?
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
insane, but yes. because at the time the movie came out in 2018. You cannot tell me, fuck, they were not at all.
They were not.
Loki was not
in cahoots.
No. Because in 2018, I mean, shit, they filmed it in 17 then, right? Loki didn't come out till 21, and it was originally going to come out in 20.
In
There's
2018,
no way.
they did not have plans to make a Loki show.
Because
No way.
cable, they weren't like, oh, we're going to connect Deadpool via cable's time turner. No way. So it is a happy accident, and it's a brilliant one at that. So he's going to be involved with the TVA. Everything we see with the TVA, first 25, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first big action scene will be him and Wolverine, and that's where the teaser ends.
I think the only thing that we could have seen that is maybe beyond the first 30 minutes of the film, or maybe it is in the first 30 minutes, I don't know, is maybe that shot of Wolverine where he's in the white suit.
Yeah. Whoever that like variant character is. Yeah. I agree. Like those little insert shots could be, but for the most part, it's early on stuff. And I loved this teaser personally.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought it showed that Deadpool is Deadpool. He's going to be crude. It's going to be violent. He's going to have his one-liners. He's going to make fun of Disney.
Talking about pegging
Yeah.
in a trailer for
that's
Disney.
not new for me, but it is for Disney.
I feel
and he
like,
looks right into the camera. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I really don't see this movie failing. It's basically going to follow the same style of the first two Deadpool films, which people love. I love them.
It's going to be super meta, like the other
Super
Deadpool
meta.
films. Like him saying, "I'm Marvel Jesus."
R-rated to the
How
max.
do you know about Marvel within Marvel?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Because even though you're in the TVA, we've never seen someone in the TVA talk about Marvel. We've seen them talk about the main timeline, but that's within the Marvel world. We've never seen somebody
literally
retroactively
references-
talk about Marvel.
He's like, that your cinematic universe, like I'm about
to change
Yeah,
forever,
yes. I mean, this is as meta as it gets, folks, and I don't see how people could be mad about this movie. Like, I truly believe they're going to stick the landing. Sean Levy's directing it. How could it piss people off? I'm just asking. I'm trying to start a conversation. How could people walk out of this movie sour?
If they feel like Deadpool's jokes aren't crass enough, they could be like they Disney-fied Deadpool. People could be concerned about them Disney-fying Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like,
I guarantee
Wolverine
you
wasn't
the
brutal
first.
enough.
By the way, the line delivery at the end, Ryan Reynolds is so funny, and this is no surprise, but he's like, "Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand." And then we see the claws. I can't wait to see their back and forth, because even the opening of Deadpool 2 is literally the first shot of the movie is a like diorama, like spinning of Wolverine dead at the end of Logan, and he's like, and that's what Walker Scobell quotes.
Yes.
He's like, "You outdid me, whatever. They actually killed you."
Yeah,
or something
and he's
like
like,
that. I forget the lines.
I'm gonna up
but-
the ante.
Yeah.
We need to call up Walker and say, Walker, can you please recite?
But no, they didn't give away any cameos. They didn't give away any plot details, really. And people universally online seem to be like, yeah, this is going to be the one. The "we're back" is thrown around a lot. I said it in my reaction.
As a joke.
But no, also it was like, we're back, as in Deadpool's back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
we are
yes,
so
I get
back
that, I
right
get
now.
that.
We're so back is a term that I think people don't understand.
It's starting to,
Like, I'm saying it in the context of, oh, we're so back. Deadpool's back, baby. This is going to be a movie that gets everyone hyped. I'm not saying like, oh, the MCU. I would have said the MCU is so back if I was saying that.
we're so back is fine if you've never said we're so over.
Yeah, like I'll say we're so back. Like me and my friends will say that when it's been a month without hanging out and we get
Yeah,
together
that's
and we go out to
different.
dinner and we're having vibes and we go, oh, we're so back right
That's
now.
different. It's absolutely
That's
different.
how I use it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're so back. And then people are like,
Well, Chris, you're not irritating and toxic, so.
fair, I guess. I don't know. But no, I love the trailer. I think it's going to be a big hit. And I honestly think it'll be the second ever R-rated film to gross $1 billion.
Oh, exciting. One thing I do like, though, that I've been seeing on my Twitter timeline, we've talked about this off camera, but I'll talk about it here. People using the shot of Deadpool reloading his guns in slow-mo or whatever. And it's someone tweeting it being like, this is the coolest thing Marvel's done in years. And lots of quote tweets on my Twitter feed of people quote tweeting with things from the Marvels, defending things in the Marvels and cool action scenes or cool shots in the Marvels, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I like to see.
Sure.
I'm down with the Marvels support that I'm seeing.
There's actually been a surge of love for that film online.
It's
lately.
number 1 on Disney Plus right now.
Yep, and
Which is
I've
crazy.
seen the discourse on Twitter. A lot of people have said
Maybe like you should have gone and watched
should have gone to
it.
watch it in theaters.
Hopefully
shouldn't have
that'll
listened to
serve
the
as a
crowd.
lesson.
But then I've also seen some pushback to that as well, where people are like, this is just the opposite effect of people turning on things. It's people like gassing it up a few months later. And I see both sides in a way, because I enjoyed the Marvels, didn't love it. It is a flawed film, but I also wasn't like, this is abhorrent. This is the worst MCU film.
I just hope like Brie Larson and Amon and Tiana can like see that people are liking it now that it's on Disney Plus, because I'm sure it being the lowest grossing Marvel film like really got to them or like upset them. So I'm hoping at least, especially Brie, is like seeing that people do love the movie, and I hope that she doesn't leave being Captain Marvel.
So yeah, Deadpool 3 I think is going to be a success. It goes without saying. That's like common sense almost.
Yeah.
I wonder though, if people will turn on it, because I think it's going to debut high on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and to talk about that thing real quick, I think that is a dope ass shot. Like that's
it's super cool.
Just stylistically, it's like
it's very
this
Deadpool.
It's
very Deadpool.
Yes. I saw someone being like, Marvel, remember they can move the camera during shots. I was like, valid, actually.
I
like, they
saw
can
that.
do cool shit.
I saw that, and then I saw someone quote tweet it with a shot of one of the fight scenes from the Marvels where the camera is moving.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it's different. And then I saw a huge wave of people being like, oh my God, we had a whole movie called Multiverse of Madness where the cinematography was sauce and no one cared. And I'm like...
It wasn't sauce, it was stylistic.
Yeah, no.
If you were into it, you were into it. If you weren't, you weren't.
Like, it was for sure Sam Raimi's vision, but it's like the movie just
You know what
sucked.
I have seen? You know what I have seen that I actually do agree with? When the Marvels was coming out, people were bitching and moaning about being like, I have to watch WandaVision, I have to watch Miss Marvel for this movie. Nobody is complaining about having to watch 2 seasons of Loki.
That's a very fair point.
Not a soul is complaining about that.
No, that's a very fair point, because a lot of people out there actually have not finished Loki or watched Loki season 2, and I know that people are out there like hyped about this movie, and it's like, you should probably watch Loki.
Finish Loki.
You really should, actually.
Yeah.
And you're right, no one will complain about that.
No one will complain about it because it's a man. Sorry.
I think it's more so indirectly that could be. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything on that. You have the floor. But anyway, let's talk the Super Bowl quickly. It happened.
That was the most boring game with the most interesting ending ever. Like, oh my God, I was dying.
Yeah, I'm going to put my sports hat on real quick.
I was asleep by the end of it.
I've seen a lot of people out there with like sports talk shows or podcasts that are younger be like, this is like a generational game. This is one of the best games. And I've watched the Super Bowl my whole life. I love sports, love football. It was not, it was a mediocre game until about the fourth quarter, in my opinion. I don't care about either team that much, really. It went to overtime, obviously, and that's always exciting, which is cool, but it's not like the fireworks weren't happening. I'm not saying a game is only good if it's a shootout.
Wasn't it like the lowest
It was a
scoring?
defensive battle, but to me, it was sort of sloppy offensive play as well. I think anytime there's sloppy offensive play in a game, and people always justify it as, oh, it's just a defensive battle. It's like, not necessarily. But that's just my opinion. I've never
like 3 fumbles within like the first quarter.
It was just sloppy play. There was turnovers galore. There was bizarre injuries. I didn't care for it, really. I think the past 2 Super Bowls blow this one out of the water. That's Rams Bengals. That's Eagles Chiefs. Way better. So anyway, it was a fine game. The Chiefs won, and it was like weirdly anticlimactic because Tony Romo wouldn't shut the fuck up, and he was literally talking over the call. But anyway, it was fine. It is what it is. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Valentine's Day today as you guys are watching this.
Yes, it is.
I didn't want to talk about that anymore, did you?
No,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
move on.
And and we're going to do a little draft.
Yes, sir.
We're going to draft comedy or rom-com / romance films in general.
Yes, sir.
And we each get 5, and we should flip a coin. Let's try this again with the Siri.
I'll take tails.
My hand's shaking. You checking tails?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Siri. Flip a coin. It's tails.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Go ahead.
I'll
First
take
pick.
Crazy Stupid Love.
That makes me sick because that was the one I was gonna take.
I know it is.
I'm gonna take. Let's see. This is tough. Honestly, just because it's there, I'm taking La La Land.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I think La La Land is like
That's a good one.
It's
That's a good one.
become sort of the definitive.
So we can all agree
romance
that
of our time.
Emma Stone is the best, is what we can agree on.
Hard to argue
That's
with
what
it,
I'm
right?
hearing.
I mean, from the soundtrack to just the impact the movie's had on our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I'd take that. Your pick.
I'm gonna take. Fuck it. I'll stay in category Easy A.
Ooh, I didn't even have that one written down.
Yep.
Yeah, good
One
job.
of my favorites.
I'm gonna go Silver Linings Playbook. That's one of
Good
my.
one.
That's
That is
one of
one
my
of your
favorites.
I don't
and
have that one written
I
down
didn't
yet.
take it first because I knew you wouldn't have it written
Yeah,
down.
I
Probably.
didn't even have it
Bradley
written down.
Cooper should have won the Oscar. Jennifer Lawrence did. Damn good.
Shout out. Let's see.
Just don't look. My hands are literally shaking.
Don't
Just
worry
don't look
about it,
down.
baby.
See my picks.
I'm gonna go with. Trying to decide if I should go with one that's like iconic or one that's a personal favorite.
Okay.
I'll go 13 going on 30.
I had that one written down, but I wasn't gonna take it. It's a good one.
Damn good one. Shout out Mark Ruffalo.
Isn't that the Cheeto Puffs movie with
Yes, that was so crazy.
Ruffalo? And
I was
what dance
eating-
did they do?
Thriller.
Thriller. That's it.
Content and thriller.
Good. I'm gonna go a little, not outside the box. Feel free to shoot this down. It was in the romance tier. 17 again.
That's good.
Yeah, I love 17 again. That movie too. I didn't watch for the first time till like the beginning of 2021.
Yep, you're welcome.
And man, it's hilarious. It might be Zac Efron's best role.
Shout out to Matthew Perry. Rest in peace.
Mhm.
Icon.
And the kid from Starstruck is actually in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's a goober.
I'm gonna go with
Pressure
out of
on.
left field. I'm gonna take The Princess Bride.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one. It's an iconic
Yeah.
movie. My name is Inigo Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
You kill my father.
Are you say? I'm not gonna take.
Prepare to
I'm
die.
not gonna take one of your favorite movies of all time intentionally. But are you just not picking it, or did you forget to write it down?
Age of Adeline?
Yeah.
That's on here.
Okay, you'll
It's
get
just
to
not.
it. Okay, yeah.
If they're gonna vote on who is the best list, no one's gonna vote for
Well,
me
I'm
if I pick
picking
Age of
my
Adeline.
favorites.
I know. I might pick it next. You don't know.
Next for me, I'm taking. This is tough. I'm actually gonna take. I'm pretty sure this also aligns. I'm taking A Star Is Born.
Good one.
Yeah.
Damn,
From
sad.
2018. Yeah, I have like a really emotional list right
That's
now.
a fucking tragic
It's
one, dude. Are you
tragic
good?
romance. No, I'm
Okay.
not okay.
That'd be like me picking Me Before You.
Yeah, that's on
Rough.
here, but I'm not picking that. So I have La La Land's kind of tragic. Stars Born
La
depressing.
La Land is extremely tragic.
And Silver Lining,
Do any of your movies end in a happy ending?
Silver Linings Playbook, and 17 again.
Okay, good.
You have the final pick, and I go right.
Yeah.
So fifth round.
I've got the thing is, Age of Adeline is one of my favorite movies of all time. But there's so many like romance and rom-com movies that I watch consistently. Like,
Yeah.
can I throw out some that I'm not gonna pick that I like?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out She's the Man. Love that movie.
I have that written down.
I'm gonna throw out John Tucker Must Die. I'm gonna throw out 10 Things I Hate About You. Great films that I do watch consistently.
The No Hard Feelings, you could even say recently.
Bewitched, one
Oh,
that I
yeah,
love.
yeah.
Love that one. But no, I'll pick Age of Adeline.
There you
which,
go.
if you're listening to this episode right now and you have not seen the movie Age of Adeline, go watch it. It's a great movie, and I love it a lot.
There you go. It's great. I am going to shout out some as well because I'm not going to pick all these. I want to shout out The Big Sick. Kumail Nanjiani, Oscar nominated for his writing. Movie's funny, and you've seen it once, and you probably don't remember it. But there's there's a moment where he like goes full on rage at the drive-thru, and he's like asking for a burger with 4 slices of cheese, and he says, "Put 4 slices of cheese on a burger." It's funny, but I'm not picking that. No Hard Feelings is a recent one. She's the Man you mentioned. We've got Past Lives, Best Picture nominated from last year. That's a good romance film. Me Before You is too tragic. 10 Things I Hate About You is kind of a classic of the genre.
Very much classic.
But for me, I'm actually going to take. This is difficult. I'm gonna end up going with. I got to go with Young Leo. I'll take Titanic.
Nice. That's on my
Yeah.
list as well.
I'll take Titanic.
One's on my list that I didn't end up taking: Me Before You, Titanic, Sleeping Beauty, Starstruck, She's the Man, John Tucker Must Die, Hercules, Bewitched, 10 Things I Hate About You, Up, Tangled, and The Holiday.
Yeah. The Holiday is a good mention there, Kim. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days you mentioned? Or no? Yeah. That McConaughey I almost took. It's a real recent one for me.
Oh, no,
And
I didn't mention that one. Sorry,
You
that's a
didn't?
good
How
one.
to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Yeah, I
almost
didn't write
took
that
it.
one down.
Yeah. And then Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That would have been a really out of left field one for me, but it's a 5 out of 5 movie.
Interesting.
So yeah, my team is Silver Linings Playbook, La La Land, Stars Born, 17 again, and Titanic.
My team is Crazy Stupid Love,
Damn
Easy A, 13 Going on 30, The Princess Bride, and Age of Adeline. So I've got 3 iconic ones,
Yeah.
2 favorites.
I think 4 of my 5 picks were nominated for Best Picture. I didn't even intend that.
Little snob.
No.
Film snob.
No. Anyway, that's our rom-com / comedy / Valentine's Day movie draft. Well, none of us picked Valentine's Day.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen it. I did
Yeah.
see a tweet, though, that was like, the casting director of this movie had cocaine in a dream.
Yeah,
and
that's
I don't
funny.
know. All right, so now we are on to the last portion. We are asking each other questions about ourselves.
So, for reference, we've been dating for 7 years. This is our sixth Valentine's together? Sixth. No, 7th.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 8th.
Hell.
Yeah. Why aren't we married?
Because we're 24. Yeah, we've been dating for 7 years. This is our 8th Valentine's together. I'd say it's safe to say we know pretty much damn near everything about each other.
Arguably.
So we thought it would be interesting and fun to come up with, try to come up with questions to air quotes see how well we know each other. I think this will be interesting.
This should be fun. These range from personal to who knows. We didn't actually share the questions with each other.
Yeah, we don't
before.
know each other's
We created the
questions.
own ones. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
This is a very much a layup. Very much a layup.
Okay.
You should get the main course. It's a food question. What is my favorite meal?
Steak
And then I have
and potatoes.
And then I have a few other things like a beverage and
You like steak and a fully loaded potato.
yes, I have that. And then I like a
Um,
few other things with it sometimes. You got it.
You
but-
like red wine.
Yep. And then one other thing, a food object.
Is it a vegetable?
Yeah.
Green beans?
No.
Oh, don't tell me it's Brussels sprouts.
No, it's cold. And you
Cold?
It's like an
vegetable?
appetizer you eat before at a restaurant usually.
Oh,
It consists of vegetables. You don't eat it. It's
Salad?
Yeah. There you go. That was an easy ass question, like too easy.
this
Yours?
one, I know you know one of them. What is my zodiac sign? And you get bonus points.
Capricorn.
Yep. You get bonus points if you can think of my moon and my rising.
I'm just gonna throw. I honestly don't know. I'm just gonna go. Ready? Virgo moon
Yes.
and Aries rising. Did I get that?
Yes.
I did not cheat. I just feel like you've said that so much.
I do. That's why you
that
should
it's
know it.
in my head.
You should know it. Yeah.
How about it?
I'm so proud of you.
I don't know what those things mean.
Bonus points.
Yeah, bonus points.
All right, your turn.
Okay, rank these 4 college football teams from least hated to most hated.
Oh,
For
hell.
reference, I hate them all a lot.
Least hated. So least hated would be number 1, or most hated would be number 1.
Most hated would be number 1.
Okay.
Go 4 to 1 though. Ready?
Yeah.
Auburn,
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech. So
I wanna
4 would
put-
be least hated.
I'm gonna put Georgia Tech at 4.
That's correct.
Auburn at 3.
That's correct.
What are the other two? Tennessee and Florida?
Yes,
Tennessee at 2, Florida at 1.
correct. And this is right now. Tennessee and Auburn are interchangeable depending on the year, but Florida's always 1, and Tech is so,
Hey, that's
below
enough.
me. Anyway,
That's enough. Okay, my second question.
were these like fine difficulty wise? Like they're
Yeah,
fun?
these are good.
Yeah.
These are good.
Cool.
Can you name one time I went to the ER as a kid and why? There are 3 options.
Yeah, I can. One of the
You should
what's
come
the
up,
age range
You just need to come up with one when we weren't dating.
when we were not dating?
So not my allergic reaction.
Okay. Once you busted your eardrum,
No, I didn't go to the ER for that.
you didn't go to the ER for that?
For the one in pre-K?
You literally busted your eardrum.
Yeah,
you
no,
shoved like a pencil or pen or
It was a
Q-tip
It was like a skinny headband
into your ear. That's not one
I
time.
just went about my day.
Okay. That's kind of concerning. Anyway, though, I would say another time. I don't think you went to the ER for that either, but it was an injury.
Hmm?
When you were in the neighborhood, you fell off.
Oh, I did not go to the
You
ER
didn't
for
go to
that,
the ER
no.
for that. I like.
I know. When I tell one of these
Oh,
to you, you'll know it.
did you go to the ER for the severe illness at the camp you went to with your
Good
sister?
one. That is one of them. Yes.
And you were at dance camp, and then your sister was supposed to give you a small amount of Gatorade, and she thought it was a full bottle of Gatorade, and so you puked.
Yeah.
It was
So,
like the flu or
yes,
hyper dehydration.
I'll elaborate on the story. So I went to Nashville Summer Intensive, which is like a 6-week dance camp, like for ballet.
That sounds like hell.
Yeah. And by the first Monday of week 2, we were en route to the studio, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I got like some stomach virus. My temperature reached 104. I went to the ER, and they, gave me a shit ton of fluids. And then I went back to it's like the dorms, and got moved into a room all by myself where I basically just had to sit there and wait until my parents could come and pick me up because they were working, right? So they couldn't come until like Thursday night. And so Jordan was in charge of this part of the story has nothing to do with the ER. I'd already come back from the ER at this point. I think. But regardless, Jordan was in charge of like taking care of me here and there whenever she could. And my mom told her to make sure that I was taking like a sip of water or a sip of Gatorade every time Jordan came to check on me. Jordan interpreted that as make sure I'm drinking an entire cup or bottle of water and Gatorade so that I don't get dehydrated. Just vomiting Gatorade everywhere. Like I couldn't, like I didn't even make it to the toilet. I vomited on the floor of the dorm. I was like, this is the worst ever. Another time I went to the ER was when I was playing The Floor is Lava by myself in the playroom, and I tried to jump from the couch to that white table out there, and I hit the side of my thigh. I thought I broke my femur, just the world's biggest bruise on the side of my leg. Third time was when I used to be in gymnastics, and I twisted the fuck out of my ankle, so I had to go get a cast on it. Not a cast, but like a soft cast.
Yep.
Because it's just a sprain.
Fair. I have an injury question next, surprisingly.
Oh, really?
What is the most bizarre injury I've ever had?
That you've had or that you thought you had?
That I've ever had in my life.
Bizarre injury? Oh, is this when you went to the hospital on 9/11?
Yeah.
Chris was standing on one of those chairs that you can sit in it and like you can kick the feet out of it.
I think those are called recliners.
Recliners. And he stood on the foot part of the recliner.
Yeah.
So it collapsed and he like fell forward and hit his face. Is it your eyebrow? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was standing on the armrest of a recliner like this, and there was one of those like tables like this right here, like a sharp corner, and my eyebrow right there. I still have a scar when the light hits it, like Anakin or something. And this was the day of 9/11, like September 11th, 2001, if you will. And I went to the ER, and my mom thought I was dying, and my dad was like, my dad was calm about it. My mom was like screaming. I was just bleeding out on my face.
You were only one, so your mom was probably terrified.
Almost two, I think. Yeah.
Same thing roughly happened to my sister. She like tripped and fell and bit the crap out of her lip. So if you ever look at my sister, she has like a little white scar right here on the end of her lip because, and it was bleeding bad. My mom was also scared for her. That's funny.
My next one's such a layup. I kind of just want to go ahead and do it, but I won't.
This one's also an extreme layup.
Okay.
Do I prefer vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Yes.
Vanilla frosty.
Yeah. Vanilla anything. Like if you were to give me the option of just plain vanilla or plain chocolate ice cream, I'd pick vanilla just because.
Oh, absolutely. I'm with you on that.
I don't know. Sometimes chocolate can be too chocolatey and it's like.
Yeah. Pure chocolate ice cream is not the move. Pure vanilla ice cream is the move.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a layup. What color lightsaber do I have if it were my choice in the Star Wars world?
Blue.
Yep.
I almost said green for a second. So
it's blue, which is very basic, but is also like blue is sick.
Yeah, it is.
Blue's sick. Your go.
All right. Question number 4.
Yeah. 5.
You have many options. No, because you went first.
Oh, I did go first. Go off. Go piss, girl.
This one you have a couple of options.
Okay.
So I have had lots of different hair dyes in my hair throughout my life. Name 2 of the colors that I've dyed my hair.
Blue.
Good.
Purple.
Good.
Yeah.
Can you name the third one?
Red.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was like that little strip of
Yeah,
hair, right?
that was sick. I miss that thing every day.
Yeah. It was cool.
Slade.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question is...
We're doing great. We're doing way better than I thought we would.
This is fun. What is what are my favorite rides from the 4 Disney parks of all time? Of all time.
Okay.
Meaning they don't have to be there anymore.
Hollywood Studios is the great movie ride.
Yeah, I kind of gave it away by saying the all-time thing, but yes.
Magic Kingdom is Splash Mountain.
Yes, rest in peace.
Epcot is...
That's going to be the hard one for you, I bet.
Test Track? I'm trying... Oh, Guardians. Sorry, I forgot the Guardians was there.
Guardians.
Animal Kingdom is Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Slade.
Yes.
This
that was a fun one.
I'm so interested if you can get this. I think you can.
Okay.
But I think this is a question you're giving Matt you didn't think of to ask me. Because I would not get this if you asked me this. Can you name my top 4 movies on Letterboxd?
I think so.
Go for it.
Age of Adeline.
That's one of them.
The Social Network.
That's one of them.
Sleeping Beauty.
Correct.
And I know what should be on there, but I think you refuse to put it on there. I don't know if you have put it on there. I'm about to sneeze.
I know what you're talking about, and no, I don't. But it is...
The movie in question here is Pitch Perfect, and it's
Yes.
not on there, but I don't know why. So I have Age of Adeline, Sleeping
because the
Beauty,
one that's there makes just as much sense.
Sleeping Beauty, Age of Adeline, and what did I say?
Social Network.
Social Network. Okay, this is interesting now. I don't think... I honestly, this is like tough for me. I'm trying to visualize it, but I have 3/4. I feel like that's pretty good. You would not have Up in there. I feel like it would be not. But the thing is, I feel like both those movies you like and watch more than whatever is in there.
No, I would equate what's in there.
Oh, Singing in the Rain.
Nope.
What?
It used to be in there.
What is it?
Footloose 2011.
Oh, cool.
I'd say that's about on par with
Yeah, that's fair.
Pitch Perfect in terms of how much I like it.
I figured that would be too below you to actually publicly acknowledge, though.
I know. But I'll give it to you actually because Singing in the Rain used to be on there.
Cool.
Very good. Next question.
Name all the classes we had together in high school.
Well, this is not fair. This is just a memory test. Junior year, we had A-Push and Spanish.
Yep.
Senior year, we just had theater dance.
To my knowledge, yeah. That's all I had written down.
We didn't share any classes before. We shared teachers, but not within the same class period. If you were to ask me, name every teacher that we shared, that would be mean.
Bonus points.
Bonus points. I know we had Miss Evans for math, geometry. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking name the teachers of the classes. Which is
Miss Humphrey
yeah.
for Spanish, Coach King for A-Push, and Miss Ellen for dance. We also shared teachers like Coach Whitmer. We shared
Evans. You had in 10th grade.
Yeah, we had her for geometry. Did you have Miss Cox for?
Unfortunately, yes.
She loved me, so.
Well, I mean, she loved me too, but she couldn't teach.
I thought she was a good teacher. She just hated people.
She literally stopped teaching and we watched The Dark Knight for 3 days.
Those are the best
teachers. We watched I Am Legend for a week.
I'm sorry.
She stopped teaching in like late April.
I'm sorry.
There wasn't like an AP exam or anything.
Those are the best teachers.
Yeah, it was fine. I also had people like...
What are we on, number 6?
Look who's in my class. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was hell for her. So I honestly
feel bad for her on that one. So I'm on question 6.
Yeah.
Name something I dressed as for Halloween as a kid. You have many options. I'm sure you can come up with one.
As a kid, you dressed up as... I mean, this spans like all ages, all costumes.
Before we were dating, yes.
Let's see. You dressed up as... You dressed up as Rapunzel one year.
Yeah,
that's pretty gimme.
Yes.
Was that just needed to name one?
Yeah, you just need to name one. Other options...
Did you go with Superman or Batman ever, or am I making that up?
No, but there's pictures of us with Dinner Club and Patrick as Batman.
What else?
I dressed as a clown once. I dressed as Aurora once, and one year I went as the Statue of Liberty.
Hell yeah.
That was a sick one.
Dope.
Shout out to my mom. She made all of our costumes when we were young.
This one is going to require you to blur names out, by the way.
Like I have to bleep?
You're going to have to bleep the names out.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, but it's funny because it's not serious, and Cam and I know. And it's a layup. It's just funny. I've dated 3 people in my life. You being one of them twice.
Yeah.
Name the other 2 people I dated in my life. Wrong.
Wait.
Yeah. And the other one was like 2 weeks in 7th grade. And I think you actually did the breaking up for me.
Oh!
Did you?
Yeah.
Like, you were like friends with me weirdly.
Oh my God.
And you,
I can't remember her name.
We were at like the track and you like...
She's blonde. I know her.
Yeah.
Starts with an S.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think I could be like mistaken, but I think you had a pivotal role in like the breakup. Isn't that weird?
That sounds like some shit I would
so middle school. I was over it though. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I tried to be a man the first time, and it was apparently I was an asshole.
I love the concept of whenever we talk about our breakup in middle school, you're always defending yourself, being like, I wanted to be a man and do it in person.
I think that does take a lot of gall.
It does. I'm so proud of you, but you did not have to ask for the jersey back. It's less the breaking up in person. It's more the taking the jersey off my literal physical body that was rough.
Fair. Stripped
having
you
to,
down, Newt.
I had to walk home in a tank top, and it was a 6th grade. I didn't have a bra on yet. Like I didn't wear bras yet.
Okay.
It was uncomfortable.
I know. I just feared for my property.
But I love the concept of
There goes my phone. Keep talking. It's fine.
I love the concept of you being like, I wanted to be a man and do it in person when it came to breaking up with me, but then when it came to like your next breakup, you're like, can you do this for me?
And then I did the next one over text. So yeah,
Wow.
I broke myself.
You only respected me, it seems. My next question. You're gonna get this easy.
Okay.
What are my love languages? Giving and receiving.
You like to receive acts of service.
Very good.
You like to give
Yes, I
as
do.
giving.
Yes, I do.
That's it, right?
Yeah, good.
Oh, don't look.
I'm not looking.
All right. What is the first movie I have conscience? What is the first movie I have like a conscious memory of seeing in theaters? It's kind of a weird one, and I won't get mad at you if you don't get it. But
is
it
like, Disney?
Yes, it's Disney.
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Are you impressed I got that?
No, I think we talked about it in the podcast recently. That's why, but
Not recently
but-
at all.
Let me sign this real quick. Here you go. No, but I don't remember anything before. I've been told I've seen things before, but that's the one where I literally remember being in the theater watching it.
That's funny.
Like I remember that scene really in the depths of the ocean with that fish with the light.
That's so funny.
That was
I'm proud of
2003, so I mean I was not that old.
This one you might not get.
Okay.
You might come up with other options, but you probably won't come up with the answer I'm looking for.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's really obscure. What nickname does my dad have for me?
I mean, like, which one?
Like the one that he like uses as like his password to things.
His password to things?
Yeah.
Stinky?
Nope.
Cami Sue?
Nope. These are all things he does call me, but this is not the specific nickname I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna get this then because I've only heard him call you
It's a
those two
made up
things.
word. It's a made up word that he made up. I'll tell you the one he has for Jordan. He calls Jordan Kokomo.
I don't know.
He calls me Shmooey.
You know what's crazy? I'm dating you for 7 years. I've never heard him say that once to you, and I'm very intense.
You'll probably notice it now.
No, I just never heard him say that.
He
So
when you know how he sings
I'm not
randomly?
remotely mad at myself.
No, I'm
for
not mad at
doing
you
that,
either.
'cause I've never heard him call you that.
Stinky and Cami Sue are perfectly good nicknames that he also calls me all the time. We also could have accepted dipshit.
That's funny.
My dad loves calling me that. Your turn.
What's the biggest trouble I've ever gotten growing up?
Is this derived straight off of one of the websites that we used to look at question ideas? Because I remember reading that.
No.
The biggest trouble you got in as a kid, you threatened to in elementary school. I want to say.
Yep.
You got OSS, which stands for outside school suspension. So you're suspended for a day.
Yeah, the bare minimum because they had to do it to save face, even though they didn't need to do
You
it.
threatened to shoot a kid with your airsoft gun.
Yeah.
But you were like, if you were wearing safety goggles right now, I'd shoot you with my airsoft gun. And the kid took that to the principal and said, Chris threatened to shoot me.
Yep. Basically, I was in the 3rd grade, and this kid was annoying me at the lunch table, and I was like, the biggest thing is I prefaced. I said, if you were wearing protective goggles, and I had my airsoft gun with me, which shoots plastic BBs, I would shoot you. And he said, I guess, that I was going to bring a gun to school and murder him. And so the school, I was also
Active
under the
shooter
age
alert.
of 10. And so the school was basically like, we don't really want to do anything to you. We kind of just have to do something because it's like, we don't want to get in trouble. So we'll give you this. But really and truly, you did nothing.
That is so funny.
Yeah, and that happened.
That's
for
good.
some reason. And I tell people I got OSS, and I always am like, I got this.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's weird that happened to me.
All right. What was my first job? If you can come up with the exact name, good. But if you can just describe it, I'll also take that.
I'm trying to remember if Canon or Center Stage was first. It's one of those two, right?
Yeah.
Center Stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I worked at a dance store, so I worked in retail as my first job.
Yes, it's on and popping. Yes.
Right.
My last one's a
question.
layup. What's the first
Mine's
show?
also a layup.
What's the first show I ever binge watched?
In your life?
Yep, in my life. I did not binge watch TV until
It's not a layup.
8th grade.
That is not a layup.
I literally did not binge watch shows until this show.
So, like, the entire show was already out, and you decided to binge watch it?
And then there's one season, and I...
Clone Wars.
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to get mad at you, though, because I want you to think...
Drake and Josh, like,
Well, no, I'm not... It's a show I hadn't seen. I need
show
to...
you hadn't
Because
seen.
I watched those growing up, so why would I binge watch them,
In
you know?
the
It's
eighth
the
grade.
first show... It was a popular show, sitcom, that I...
Oh, How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
There we go. Okay. Sorry. I was like struggling to.
You're fine.
Good one.
Thank you.
Mine's
That's fine.
an extreme layup. If you don't get this, we gotta break up. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What are the name of... No, go ahead.
Who was my favorite fictional character of all time?
Your favorite fictional character of all time is Gwen Stacy.
Good.
Yep.
Very good. We know each other extremely
We're
well.
compatible.
Aw. Yeah, we got all those right. I thought I was gonna stub you with
The ER one almost got me.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna maybe get you with my top 4 Letterboxd movies, but you basically got that.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but you gave me credit,
No, but
so.
you basically did. And I just love so many movies. It's hard to come up with. If you asked me to come up with your top 4 Letterboxd movies, I don't know if I
Right
could.
now, what are they?
Indiana Jones, the first one.
Yes.
Is Star Wars on there still?
I removed that just because of variety.
Social Network.
Yes.
Are there any cartoons on there?
Yes.
Oh hell. Ratatouille.
No.
Fuck. I was confident in that
Think.
one. I'm thinking.
I don't know about any
Oh.
letter. Stop crying. You get it.
Lion King?
Yeah.
The fourth one is a hard
That was music from the movie.
one. It sounded like you were just singing Harry Potter to me. So
Dun 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 bum 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 bum. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game.
Whiplash? No, remember that?
Yeah, I was gonna quote the whole scene until you drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a block.
You sounded like you were just absolutely singing Harry Potter to me.
I was doing the Titan spirit. That's the
Okay.
main.
I wouldn't know.
It's
I've seen that
Trevor
movie
Rabin,
once.
the composer of the film.
I've seen that movie once, and it's when you showed it to me for like one of our first.
Yeah, I know, and it kind of sickens me that we don't watch it ever, but we
Well,
watch your
go
movies
ahead
all the
and
time.
Put it on.
No, that's fine.
Do you want to tell people what you watched last night? Speaking of romance and love.
I watched How to Train Your Dragon for the first time ever. Finally, loved it.
Yeah,
loved it. I'd say it's arguably the best Pixar, or arguably the best DreamWorks movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's fantastic. The score, borderline moved me to tears. It was firing on all cylinders from the start. I mean, this movie, it was something else, and I was like missing out for 14 years, stupidly of me. So.
How crazy would it have been if I asked you a question to list every boy I dated in middle school?
How much time we got? In the car the other day.
He called me a whore yesterday.
I did not.
Mind you, we were talking about Deadpool and X-Men, and I started talking about how I like Michael Fassbender, and I was like, if Michael Fassbender shows up in Deadpool, you're gonna have to hold me back, just cause that's just how people talk. And he was like, you know, you're a whore for everything you watch, and I was like, excuse me. He's like, yeah. He was like, I think it equates from how you dated around in middle school, and
Yeah,
I was
did
just
say
like,
that.
this is slut shaming,
Mm-hmm.
and that's insane behavior.
It might have been out of pocket, but is it right?
No,
It's not.
no, because I'm dating you and I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
If I was a whore,
I
wouldn't
know.
be dating you.
In the 6th grade, you might have been, but you're not anymore.
I think in 6th grade, in middle school, I didn't have any friends, so I looked and seeked validation in relationships. Genuinely, no. If you want to come at it from a standpoint of like therapy,
Wow.
I didn't have any friends. Nobody was my friend. I didn't have any friend groups because I was busy with dance. I didn't have anything else. They didn't have any friends. So the only way I could have like a relationship with somebody was by having a relationship. True story. You were my favorite though.
Oh, cool.
You were.
You came back.
Came back for seconds.
I knew you. I don't even know. Isn't there a line in that song where it's like, you come back to me?
Yeah, good.
That's why I started
Yeah,
singing
good,
that.
good.
If you want to know how my brain works, by the way.
Yeah,
It's a very weird
I saw where
thing.
you're coming from. I saw
No,
where you're
yeah.
coming from.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and end it because I know Chris is hungry and
I was about to say, like, I'm
starving
not
myself.
kidding here. I am shaking right now. From
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Happy Valentine's Day. If you do not have someone to spend Valentine's Day with, thank you for spending it with us because we also love you. Because Valentine's Day is not just a day about romantic love. It can also be a day about platonic love and just everybody you love ever. So shout out to you guys. We love you. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to us, give us 5 stars. And yeah, that pretty much does it. So until next time, stay unusual.
Next time I'll see Madam Web and be a change of man.
Oh, yep.